afternoon, and welcome to Sweetwater High School's Centennial birthday celebration. My name is Meg Garcia, and I'll be your MC today. Like a lot of us, I've got a pretty good Sioux High pedigree. My mom, Virginia Martinez, was a teacher here at Sweetwater. I graduated from Sioux High, mighty class of 1988. I'm a teacher here at Sweetwater in my 24th year. I met my husband, Maui, here. My daughter is a graduate of the class of 2013, and my son will be a graduate of the class of 2023. I am also lucky enough to call National City my home. I was very grateful when the Centennial Committee asked me to be the MC today, because I know that in many ways, my journey represents what Sioux High means to all of us. Sweetwater is our family, our parents, our friends, our children. It's the foundation upon which we build our lives. It is love and respect and appreciation for each other, our unique traits and the cultures that make our community so rich. Sweetwater is home. And today, August 30th, 2020, marks the 100th birthday for Sioux High. On August 30th, 1920, the doors to Sweetwater High School opened and welcomed its first group of Red Devils. This is not the original vision the committee had for this celebration, but our global pandemic had other ideas. Instead of a community festival welcoming all Sioux High alumni, we'll have to follow strict protocols, and the guest list had to be cut short. This year, we will celebrate our centennial, whether we're sitting shoulder to shoulder in the Gail Devers Stadium or sitting safely at home, connected through technology. The spirit of Sioux High transcends all obstacles, and this ceremony embodies that ideal. At this time, I would like to introduce our special guests. They represent the diversity of the community that has been built by Sweetwater High School over the last 100 years. Let me begin with our district representatives. We'd like to welcome Sweetwater Union High School District's Board of Trustees for Area 1, Mr. Arturo Solis. Sweetwater Union High School District's Acting Superintendent, Dr. Moises Aguirre. Sweetwater High School District's Director of Grants and Communications, Mr. Manny Rubio. Next, representing National City, our mayor and proud Sioux High alumna from the class of 1997, Alejandra Sotelo Solis. And representing the bold and visionary leaders of Sioux High, we have former principal from 1989 to 1998 and Sioux High's first female principal, Dr. Louise Phipps. Former Sioux High principal from 1998 to 2004, Mr. Ralph Mora. Former principal from 2004 to 2010, Mr. Wes Braddock. Former Sioux High principal from 2010 to 2014, Dr. Roman Del Rosario. From the class of 1991, Dr. Maribel Padilla Gavin. But leadership is not just reserved for principals at Sioux High, as we welcome our Assistant Principal of Student Activities, Ms. Deborah Morris, and our Sioux High counselor and alumna from the class of 96, who is also capturing today's event to stream live on Facebook, Ms. Elizabeth Boancin Garcia. But we know that the classroom is the heart and soul of Sweetwater. We welcome our most veteran teacher at Sioux High, currently in her 34th year, is of dedicating herself to educating Red Devils, Ms. Ellen Hall. Sioux High's yearbook advisor for the last 10 years and a teacher here at Sioux High for 27 years, documenting our event today for our 2021 yearbook is Debbie Rosenbach. And the class of 2021 advisors, teachers Mr. Michael Garcia and Mr. Matt Rollman. But we know we can't leave out the alumni. They're not having that. So we would like to welcome the Executive Director of the Sioux High Foundation and an alumna from the class of '95, Ms. Martha Juarez. From the class of 1970, alum John Wirtz. And class of '95 alumna Ana Aramburo Aguilar. But really, who's the cornerstone of Sioux High? It's our students and the leadership that they demonstrate. They feed the legacy and the history of Sweetwater High School. We welcome one of our newest alumni and class of 2020 class president, Ms. Monica Lona. Along with her, we have last year's class of 2021 president, Karen DeVera, and our current ASB president, Paulette Nangaray. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today and representing the rich tapestry that is Sweetwater High School. Now, with all of our introductions done, it's time to start this birthday celebration. As we all rise, I would like to invite Ana Aramburo Aguilar, class of '95, to come to the podium to sing the national anthem. While at Sioux High, Ana was very involved, but it was theater production, show choir, and ASB that had the biggest impact on her. Ms. Charles sparked a love of performance and a deep reverence for performing our national anthem in Ana. After high school, Ana moved to LA, where she works as the LA Ventura Family Liaison for the Blue Ridge Academy. She lives in Glendora with her husband and her 2 children. We welcome you.
I find it fitting that 25 years ago, I was asked by Ms. Charles to sing the national anthem for our homecoming. Who knew that that was the first time at the beginning of being able to sing this with so much pride for dignitaries, for statesmen, for my community. And it all started right here. So with pride and privilege, let's sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So they told me I could hold the mic, so there you go. So Ana, thank you so much for that beautiful rendition, and please know that Ms. Charles is so proud of you right now. And I thank you so much for keeping her legacy alive today on this special day. Next, I would like to welcome esteemed Sioux High alum, Mr. John Wirtz, class of 1970, to come up and share his thoughts about Sioux High. Throughout his 3 years at Sioux High, he was involved both as a student leader and athlete, serving as class president and captain of the varsity football and wrestling teams his senior year. After high school, he started a tile and stone business, which he still owns. He lives in San Diego and enjoys traveling, photography, and wakeboarding.
Well, it is truly an honor to be a part of this very special celebration, and I appreciate being part of it. I was born and raised in National City to parents that were not only Sweetwater graduates, but also Sweetwater sweethearts. I followed in their footsteps in many ways, including marrying my Sweetwater sweetheart, Cookie. My parents were proud of their days at Sweetwater and developed lifelong friendships. I remember my sister and I being loaded up in the car for Friday night Sweetwater football games that would end up being followed by Napoleon's Pizza, friends from high school, and lots of laughter. I grew to love the school even at my young age and was excited thinking about the time that I'd be able to start on the football team just like my dad had. I'm proud to say that our family's history of Sweetwater spans from 1946 to 1976 and graduated 11 family members. I had many influential teachers and coaches in my days at Sweetwater, and some I remain in contact with today. They not only supported and guided, but also helped me to develop a confidence to go and start a company in 1972 that currently employs close to 100 people. Along with Cookie's family and my family, we also made long-lasting relationships with friends that continue today. So many of us made the most of the opportunities offered during our high school years at Sweetwater, which included captain of the football and wrestling team, drill teams, cheerleading, suettes, lacerettes, girls state, class president, and secretary, along with many other activities. I can think of so many Sweetwater graduates that went on to become entrepreneurs, Navy SEALs, a local newscaster, the mayor of National City, an Olympic athlete, NFL coach, just to mention a few. The glue that kept us in line was the dedication of the administration, counselors, and the relationship with dedicated teachers and coaches. We were given an atmosphere to grow into young adults while still maintaining boundaries. Since we did not have social media, or even cell phones, we looked for things that made us happy, such as 2 of the best peanut butter cookies, a carton of milk, and an orange juice bar for 50 cents. Smiling and saying hi to fellow Red Devils while passing in the hallways instead of seeing the top of someone's head looking down at their cell phone. Lunchtime was a favorite time as we shared great conversations at lunch tables. But the lunchtime goal was the day we graduated to the envied senior lawn, where we would gather in circles and eat our lunch. If you were not a senior, you better not step on it. The diversity of cultures made us well-rounded. I leave you with a favorite article of mine from a 1949 Sweetwater school newspaper. It showed a woman, my mom, perched on the shoulders of 2 of the football captains, one being my dad. She had just been voted homecoming queen. In those days, she did not receive a beautiful tiara, but was crowned with a sweaty leather football helmet. Maybe it's time to get back to some simpler pleasures. I'm so thankful that memories never change. They just grow more valuable, and my memories of Sweetwater High School are not only valuable, but priceless. And so, for the last 100 years, Sioux High lives!
Thank you, John, for the legacy that you and your family has brought to Sweetwater. And I hope that soon you guys will get to celebrate your 50th reunion. It would be nice. Now, let's turn back the hands of time and take a look at the powerful history that we have built here at Sweetwater High School over the last 100 years. I draw your attentions to the screens up at the front.
Class of 92. Tres Vasquez, class of 96. Rafael Vasquez, class of 2000.
Mayra Vasquez, class of '07. Wherever we may go, in our hearts, Sioux High lives.
Happy birthday, Sioux High, from Judy Benton Fimbres, class of 1970, and from my mother, Virginia Irene Williams, class of 1930.
Adriana Galdames, class of 1996. I have to say that one of my fondest memories of high school was going through school with all these amazing people. There was so much joy and love and kindness and cohesiveness amongst the group. It was pretty remarkable. We've been lucky enough to have social media that has allowed us the opportunity to stay connected and see how everyone is still giving back to the community, seeing how people are teachers and counselors and entrepreneurs. It's just so enlightening to see our alumni doing amazing things.
Hi, Jamie Davis, class of 56, Sioux High rules.
Hi, Diane Davis, Missman, class of 57. I love the teachers and the kids.
You know me as Nancy Davis, class of 1978. Best memory, being a letter carrier and marching with the band.
James Jimbo Davis, class of 80, favorite memories, all things Friday.
Awesome, I love it. And I'm Carol Davis Rickard, class of 83. And I love spending time with my coaches and the players. We made some really great friends. And we're also honoring my grandfather, Dick Missman, class of 32. He's right here. And he's the reason why the Red Devils got their name. All right. And Stillwater, Oklahoma says, Sioux High lives!
Hi everyone, this is Patricia Perez with my family. We're 3 generations of Sweetwater High School graduates. So here with us today we have
Dave Arzaga, 1968. Fondest memory is whenever I graduated.
I have my mom,
Beatrice Preston Arzaga, graduating class 1969. My fondest memories are GAA, Girls Athletic Association. I had fun with all my friends playing sports.
I'm a proud member of the graduating class of 1997, and my fondest memory is all the lasting friendships that I created while at Sweetwater. And then I have my 2 nephews with me.
Hi, I'm Robert Perez, class of 2009. My fondest memories are playing sports and Young Life.
I'm Ezekiel Perez, also known as Easy. My fondest memory, I would say, would be Sonoma football camp my senior year, class of 2012.
Once a devil,
always
a devil.
The lamp's no bright.
Class of 1958. Class of 78.
Class of 80.
Class of 86.
Class of 2007.
Class of 07.
Class of 2015.
In our hearts, Sioux High lives!
Hello, my name is Araceli Cervantes, and I am the salutatorian for the class of 2009. My fondest memory at Sweetwater High School was performing at the assemblies with the advanced dance team.
So it's so nice to hear from so many of our alumni. I really think they capture that feeling that we all have for Sweetwater, that love and connection, no matter how long, how far apart we are, that it's always there. But at this time, I would like to invite our current principal, Dr. Maribel Padilla-Gavin, to come up and share her memories of Sweetwater. Maribel grew up in National City and attended Central Elementary, National City Junior High, and graduated from Sweetwater in 1991 with her 2 sisters. She began her teaching career here at Sioux High and has been a wonderful administrator throughout the district, but her dream came true when she was tapped to be our next principal in 2014. We welcome you, Dr. Gavin.
Thank you. I've had the privilege and unique experience of attending Sioux High as a student and graduating with the mighty class of '91, providing instruction to students as a teacher, and now serving our community as a principal. Although each experience was and has been unique in different ways, there is always a common thread. As a student, I have many fond memories of going to class and looking forward to interacting with my friends and learning from my teachers. Maybe I was not your typical student due to really looking forward to going to class each day. But when you have wonderful teachers that care about their students and have so much to share with them, it really was easy. I loved listening to Miss Follendorf read excerpts from Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Going to Miss Calloway's World History class was always a treat. Her enthusiasm and energy were contagious. And then there was Miss Mitchell's dance class. How I enjoyed learning her choreography and then having the opportunity to perform at assemblies. As a student, I felt loved and supported by Sioux High. The summer of 1997, Dr. Louise Phipps hired me as a teacher. I remember struggling as a new teacher, as many do. I was overwhelmed and wanted to do right by our students. I thought they would see right through me and suspect I was nervous and unsure about what I was doing. Through it all, I had my colleagues who provided guidance and support. Just by listening and understanding, I felt loved and supported by Sioux High. In 2014, I came around full circle by stepping in as principal of Sweetwater High School. The last 6 years have been wonderful. I get to work with intelligent and caring students, staff, and families. Before our pandemic, I would stand right where I am right now and greet students each morning as they would walk onto campus. That truly has been the highlight of my day and can't wait until we come back to campus. Being able to walk the hallways and see the smiling faces of our students and staff reminds me how truly blessed I am to be here again. Although serving as a principal does come with its challenges, through it all, I feel loved and supported by Sioux High. As a student, teacher, and principal, I have attended many athletic events, been part of our assemblies, sat in classrooms when either learning, teaching, or observing instruction, and witnessed spectacular accomplishments by others. As a student, teacher, and principal, I also struggled and sometimes felt there were days that could have been better. Good or bad, through it all, I have felt loved and supported by Sioux High. In my heart, Sioux High will forever live. Thank you.
Maribel, Dr. Gavin, you exemplify the spirit of Sweetwater and National City, homegrown and dedicated to the success of our community. Thank you for your loyalty and sincere care for the students and families of National City. Well, it seems a Herculean task to try to sum up 100 years of Sweetwater into a brief video, but we have managed to do that today. So at this time, I would like to direct your attention again to the screens where we take a look back at our last 100 years.
trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a-blowin' reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty-lad, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, you can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar.
tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna.
So one thing that we're always reminded of here at Sweetwater is our history. We talk about history all the time. But the one thing that I'm constantly reminded of every single day when I stand up in front of my classroom and I look out at our future Red Devils. And in so many ways, I love my time at Sweetwater and I adored it and I had a great time. But really, it's not about me anymore. It's about our future Red Devils, because they're the ones who are going to take us the next 100 years. So at this time, I'd like to hear from the future. So I'd like to welcome our current ASB president, Paulette Nangaray, to share her thoughts about what it means to be a student at the greatest high school on the planet. Paulette Nangaray is currently a senior at Sweetwater High School. She's a National City native. She attended Las Palmas Elementary, National City Middle School, and now Sioux High. She hopes to attend San Diego State and next year and is interested in becoming an elementary school teacher. Let us welcome Paulette.
Good afternoon, Board Member Solis, Mayor Soltero Solis, Dr. Aguirre, Dr. Gavin, and esteemed guests. I'm so thankful to be here today representing Sweetwater High School student body. My first memory of Sioux High is homecoming. Majority of my family are alumni, and we always enjoyed attending the games and we always looked forward to experiencing the halftime fireworks show. My favorite memory of Sioux High this year is becoming ASB president. It was so surreal seeing a virtual sworn in, sorry, I got nervous. It was so surreal seeing the video virtually being sworn in as the 2020-2021 ASB president. This year, I'm really looking forward to coming back and experiencing my senior year with my senior class. It's been a tough start, but I know we'll get through it together as a Red Devil family. And a special shout out to my class of 2021. Thank you so much for this honor and happy 100th birthday to the best school ever, Sweetwater High School.
Thank you so much, Paulette. And people ask me all the time, you know, how's the future looking? Is it in good hands? I worry about the kids today. And you take a look at our students at Sweetwater and students like Paulette, and I tell them, everything's going to be just fine. Don't you worry. So at this time, I would like to invite Ms. Ellen Hall, who has dedicated 34 years, her entire teaching career, to the students and community of National City to cut the cake, celebrating Sweetwater's 100th birthday. This cake cutting represents the first 100 years of educating and nurturing thousands of outstanding Red Devils, and it marks the beginning of the next 100 years and the thousands of new Red Devils that will be fortunate enough to walk through the doors of Sioux High to embark on their futures. I want the corner piece.
I know you do.
Okay.
I got you.
Checking. So we are all fortunate to have been influenced and supported by this wonderful high school. As you've heard and seen today, Sweetwater is not a collection of buildings. It's a feeling. It's a passion. It's promise. It's the future. Sweetwater nurtures the National City community and builds a solid foundation on which the next generation of change makers will grow. I always tell my graduating seniors who are nervous about leaving the comfort and safety of home and Sweetwater and National City, some for the very first time, that I have a secret to tell them, and I'll share that secret with all of you today. Home is right where you left it. We can all go off on huge, grand adventures around the globe because we know that the Sioux High Nation is worldwide. But when we need to recharge, when we need to come home, Sioux High is right here at the corner of Highland and 30th. Home is right where we left it, always. And now, as we close this ceremony, I know I don't need to tell you how good Red Devils and any celebration or assembly or football game or anything else that we do. But I'd like to invite Anna to return and to lead us in our alma mater. So wherever you are, raise your hand and point at the heart of Sioux High for our alma mater.
Let's do this, Red Devils.
Yeah.
Our lamp glows bright, our colors wave on high, eternal praise to our school, all too high, allegiance pledge, our service gladly give, where'er we may roam, in our hearts, Sioux High live! Thank you.
All right, so we're done live streaming, so we can be ourselves again. Okay, we're good. Really quickly, I wanted to, oh, thank you. That was perfect timing, Marco. Excellent. Would that Maui had that soundtrack to just drown me out. Before we leave, the Centennial was led by 2 ASB deans. We shifted mid-gear. Dr. Salazar and Ms. Morris they have a little gift for us. I don't know what it is, but it's under our seats. So before we all start milling about, look under your seats. It's not a trick. It's like Oprah. So thank you to everyone and all for being here. Thank you for our technical folks. Thank you for everything. And thank you for being part of Sioux High. This is it.